Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
CBS Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is another crazy day in the soap world and we have got a massive breakdown for you today. Grab a huge cup of coffee because you are going to need it to get through this one. We are diving straight into the absolute madness happening in Las Vegas right now. So let us just jump right into it, because things have gone completely off the rails in Las Vegas, and I mean completely. We all knew Matt Clark was playing a sick and twisted game. We knew he had Nick Newman trapped. We knew he was threatening to pump Nick so full of drugs that he would not even remember his own name. But what we did not know was how far this was actually going to go, and how much danger everyone was truly in. Because right now, the stakes are life and death, literally. And we have to talk about Adam Newman, because Adam is right in the middle of this nightmare. Adam flew to Vegas to find his brother. He brought his dark side with him. He brought his spider persona. He reconnected with Riza. He dealt with Chelsea showing up unannounced and causing drama. But none of that matters right now, because Adam and Nick are currently in the fight of their lives. And it is not just a fight against Matt Clark, it is a fight against Nick's own demons. So here is the setup. Adam and Nick are out. They are out of the storage room. They are on the move, and they are desperate. Because they know Matt Clark is targeting Sharon Newman and Noah Newman. Noah is Adam's nephew, Sharon is Adam's ex and Nick's ex. And the love of both of their lives at different points in time. It is complicated. It always is with these two brothers. But right now, they have a common goal. They have to protect Sharon and Noah. They have to get to them before Matt Clark does. Because Matt is a monster. He has tortured Sharon before. He has a sick obsession with destroying the Newman family. And he will not stop until someone is dead. But here is the massive twist. The thing that changes everything. Adam does not know that Nick is high. Let me repeat that. Adam has absolutely no idea that his brother is currently under the influence of heavy narcotics. Nick just used drugs. He literally just used them. Right before they got moving. And he is hiding it. He is putting on a brave face. He is acting like the golden boy, the responsible one. The hero who is going to save the day, but inside, his brain is melting. His system is flooded with chemicals, and he is in no condition to be doing anything, let alone driving a car. And yes, Nick is driving, because of course he is. Nick always has to be in control. He always has to be the one steering the ship, and Adam let him. Adam, the guy who reads people for a living. The gambler who can spot a bluff from a mile away, Adam missed this. Or maybe he just wanted to believe in his brother for once. Maybe Adam was so focused on the threat of Matt Clark that he did not look closely enough at the man sitting right next to him. But Adam let Nick get behind the wheel, and that was a fatal mistake. So they are in the car, they are driving, they are trying to find Sharon and Noah, and they are on this dark, deserted road just outside of Vegas. It is pitch black. The kind of dark where the headlights barely make a dent in the shadows. The desert is empty and cold and terrifying. And the tension inside the car is thick enough to cut with a knife. You can just imagine the silence, the heavy breathing. The sound of the engine roaring as Nick pushes the car faster and faster. And Adam starts to feel it. Adam's instincts start screaming at him. He knows something is wrong. He can feel the danger creeping up on them. It is like a sixth sense for him. He has survived so much violence and betrayal in his life that his body just knows when things are about to go bad. He looks over at Nick. He watches him. He tries to figure out what is off. But Nick is playing the part perfectly. Nick is gripping the steering wheel. He is staring straight ahead. He is pretending to be completely normal. He is faking it. And he is doing a terrifyingly good job of it. But you cannot fake sobriety forever, not when the drugs are that strong. Matt Clark said Nick was using fentanyl to calm down and cocaine to wake up. That is a lethal combination. That is a seesaw of chemicals that will destroy a person's nervous system. And Nick is riding that seesaw right now, while driving a 2-ton machine at high speeds in the pitch-black desert. It is a disaster waiting to happen, and Adam is just sitting there in the passenger seat, completely unaware that his life is in the hands of a man who is barely conscious. So the drugs start taking over. Nick's body starts to shut down. The adrenaline of the escape is wearing off. The fear is fading. And the heavy, suffocating blanket of the narcotics is wrapping around his brain. His eyelids start to get heavy. His vision starts to blur. The lines on the road start to merge together into one solid stream of white. He blinks. He tries to shake it off. He grips the wheel tighter. His knuckles turn white. He is fighting it. He is fighting so hard because he knows he has to save Sharon. He knows he has to save Noah. He cannot fail them again. But the drugs do not care about Sharon. The drugs do not care about Noah. The drugs only care about pulling Nick down into the darkness. And Nick is losing the battle. He is sweating. His breathing gets shallow. And then it happens. The moment that changes everything. Nick falls asleep. He nods off just for a second. Just for a fraction of a second. But when you are driving that fast on a dark desert road, a fraction of a second is an eternity. The car drifts. It veers off the asphalt. The tires hit the dirt and the gravel, and the sound is deafening. The sudden crunch of rocks under the wheels, Adam snaps his head towards Nick. He realizes what is happening. He yells Nick's name. He reaches for the steering wheel, but it is too late. It is way too late. Because right in their path, looming out of the darkness like a monster, is a massive rock. A huge boulder just sitting there in the desert, and they are heading straight for it. There is no time to brake. There is no time to swerve. There is only time to brace for the impact. And the impact is horrific. The car slams into the rock with a sickening crunch of metal and glass. The front end of the vehicle crumples like a tin can. The airbags deploy with an explosive bang, filling the cabin with white smoke and the smell of burning powder. And the force of the collision does not just stop the car, it launches it. The car goes airborne, it flips, the world turns upside down. Adam is thrown violently against his seatbelt. The glass from the windows shatters into a million tiny pieces, flying through the air like shrapnel. The sound of tearing metal and crushing steel is overwhelming. It is a symphony of destruction. The car rolls over, once, twice. The roof caves in, the doors buckle. And then, with a final, earth-shaking thud, the car comes to a rest, upside down, in the dirt. And then there is silence, the deafening, terrifying silence of the desert. The only sound is the hiss of the radiator and the ticking of the cooling engine. The headlights are still on, casting eerie, crooked beams of light across the sand. Dust is swirling in the air, and inside the crushed remains of the car, neither brother is moving. It takes a minute for Adam to wake up. His brain is rattling inside his skull. His ears are ringing. He opens his eyes and everything is blurry. He tastes blood in his mouth. A warm trickle is running down his forehead. He blinks, trying to clear his vision. He is hanging upside down, held in place only by his seatbelt. The pain in his ribs is sharp and blinding. He groans. He tries to move his arms. They feel like lead. But Adam is a survivor. He has always been a survivor. His survival instincts kick in. He reaches up. He hits the release button on his seatbelt, and he falls. He drops hard onto the interior roof of the upside-down car. He winces in pain. He drags himself across the broken glass and the deployed airbags. He kicks at the mangled door until it gives way. And he crawls out into the cold desert air. He collapses in the dirt. He takes a deep breath. His lungs burn. He looks back at the wreckage. The car is destroyed. It is a miracle anyone survived that crash. And then the panic hits him. Nick. Where is Nick? Adam scrambles back to his feet. He ignores the pain in his body. He limps back to the car. He gets down on his knees and looks through the shattered passenger window. Nick is still strapped in his seat. Hanging upside down, his head is slumped forward. He is completely limp. He is covered in blood and dust. And he is not moving. Adam yells his brother's name. No response. Adam's heart starts pounding in his chest. He reaches into the car. He grabs Nick's shoulder and shakes him. Nothing. Adam realizes he has to get Nick out. The car could catch fire. It could explode. The smell of gasoline is already thick in the air. So Adam goes to work. He is running on pure adrenaline now. He reaches in and struggles with Nick's seatbelt. It is jammed. The crash warped the buckle. Adam pulls and yanks with everything he has. He cuts his hands on the broken glass. He is bleeding, but he does not care. He finally manages to force the buckle open. Nick drops down, a dead weight. Adam grabs his brother by the arms. He pulls. He drags Nick out of the wreckage. It is a brutal, exhausting struggle. Nick is a big guy, and Adam is injured. But he manages to pull Nick clear of the car. He drags him across the dirt, putting some distance between them and the leaking gasoline. He finally collapses next to Nick, panting and exhausted. And this is where the story takes a dark turn. Because Adam starts checking Nick for injuries. He checks his pulse. It is there, but it is slow. He checks his breathing. It is shallow. And as Adam leans in close, he sees it. He sees the signs. He sees the pinpoint pupils. He sees the excessive sweat that is not just from the crash. He sees the subtle physical tells of a man who is heavily under the influence of narcotics. And suddenly, all the puzzle pieces fall into place. The erratic driving, the heavy eyelids, the forced normal behavior. Adam realizes the truth. Nick did not just fall asleep because he was tired. Nick passed out because he was high. Nick was driving under the influence. Nick lied to him. And the fear inside Adam vanishes. It evaporates instantly, and it is replaced by anger. Pure, unadulterated, white-hot fury. Adam cannot believe it. He looks down at his unconscious brother, and he is shaking with rage. Nick Newman, the golden boy, the saint of the family. The man who always judges Adam for his mistakes. The man who always claims the moral high ground. This man just lied to his face. This man just got behind the wheel of a car while high on drugs and almost killed them both. Adam is furious. He is beyond furious. He feels completely betrayed. He trusted Nick. He actually trusted his brother for once in his life. He put his life in Nick's hands because they had to save Sharon and Noah. And Nick repaid that trust by hiding his drug use and driving them into a boulder. Adam stands up. He paces back and forth in the dirt. He is yelling into the empty desert. He is cursing Nick's name. He is vowing revenge. He swears that if Nick survives this, he is going to make him pay. He is going to expose him. He is going to make sure everyone knows that the great Nick Newman is a liar and an addict who nearly committed vehicular manslaughter. Adam is not going to let this go. He is going to hold this over Nick's head forever. The betrayal cuts so deep because Adam actually tried to do the right thing this time. He tried to be the good brother, and this is what he gets. But as Adam rages in the desert, another thought creeps into his mind. A darker thought, a more terrifying thought. What about Matt Clark? Adam stops pacing. He looks around the dark, empty landscape. The shadows seem to be moving. The silence feels heavy and oppressive. Did Matt Clark know this was going to happen? Is Matt involved in this crash? Because let us think about this for a second. Matt Clark is an evil genius. He manipulates people. He sets traps, he plays games. Matt knew Nick was using drugs. Matt is the one who probably supplied the drugs. Matt is the one who gloated about Nick being on fentanyl and cocaine. So did Matt let them escape? Did Matt intentionally leave the keys to a car where they could find them, knowing Nick would insist on driving, knowing Nick would crash? Or worse, did Matt tamper with the car? Did he cut the brake lines? Did he mess with the steering? Is Matt Clark standing on a hill somewhere right now, looking through night vision goggles, laughing his sick head off as he watches the Newman brothers bleed in the dirt? Adam's mind is racing, the paranoia is setting in. He realizes how vulnerable they are. They are stranded in the middle of nowhere. Nick is unconscious and severely injured. Adam is battered and bleeding. They have no weapons. They have no way to call for help. And Matt Clark is still out there. And what about Sharon and Noah? This is the most tragic part of the whole situation. Sharon and Noah are still in danger. They are still waiting to be rescued. They are probably hiding somewhere terrified, hoping that Nick and Adam are coming to save them. But Nick and Adam are not coming. They are lying in the dirt next to a flipped car. They failed. Nick's lie caused them to fail. And now Sharon and Noah are completely at the mercy of Matt Clark. Adam looks down at Nick again. Nick has not moved. His face is pale. His breathing is still weak. Adam's anger is still boiling, but the reality of the situation is starting to set in. He has to keep Nick alive. He hates him right now. He wants to kill him himself for lying. But he cannot let him die out here in the desert. Because if Nick dies, Adam is alone. And Adam knows he cannot face Matt Clark alone. So Adam drops back down to his knees. He checks Nick's pulse again. He tries to wake him up. He slaps his face. He yells at him. "Wake up, you idiot. Wake up." But Nick is gone. He is lost in the dark void of the drugs and the trauma of the crash. He is completely unresponsive. And this is where we leave them. This is the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers. The Newman brothers, broken and bleeding in the desert. Adam consumed by rage and paranoia. Nick fighting for his life in a drug-induced coma. Sharon and Noah sitting ducks for a madman. And Matt Clark pulling the strings from the shadows. This storyline has just escalated to a level we never saw coming. The introduction of Nick's drug use as the catalyst for this crash is a stroke of genius by the writers. It completely flips the dynamic between the brothers. For decades, Adam has been the reckless one. Adam has been the dangerous one, and Nick has been the savior. But now the roles are reversed. Nick is the danger, Nick is the liability, and Adam is the one who has to clean up his mess. And how is the rest of the family going to react to this? What is Victor Newman going to do when he finds out his precious golden boy was driving high and almost killed his other son? Victor is currently busy making dirty deals with Di and Jenkins Abbott to destroy Jack. Victor has no idea that his legacy is bleeding out in the Nevada desert. When Victor finds out, heads are going to roll. And what about Chelsea? Chelsea is sitting in a hotel room with Riza, waiting for Adam to come back. Chelsea is already terrified that Adam is reverting to his spider persona. What is she going to do when she finds out about the crash? Will she blame Adam? Will she blame Nick? And Sharon, poor Sharon. She flew all the way to Vegas to save Nick. She put her own life on the line. And now she is being hunted by Matt Clark, the man who ruined her life years ago. If she survives this, and if she finds out that Nick was high when he crashed the car on his way to save her, it might break her. It might completely destroy whatever love she has left for him. The fallout from this crash is going to be monumental. It is going to change the Newman family forever. The trust is gone. The golden boy image is shattered. The war with Matt Clark has reached its bloody climax. And we are just sitting here, typing furiously, trying to process all of this insane information. So what happens next? Will Nick wake up? Will Adam leave him in the desert to go find Sharon? Will Matt Clark show up and finish the job? We do not know. But we do know that Genoa City is never going to be the same after this week. The secrets, the lies, the drugs, the violence, it is all coming to a head. And we are going to be right here, breaking it all down for you, every single step of the way. Stay tuned, everyone, because this nightmare is far from over. And things are only going to get darker from here. Keep your eyes on the road, trust no one, and remember that in the world of the Newmans, the most dangerous enemy is usually the person sitting right next to you.